I'm ready for Richard. Yeah. Stuff all your holes with garlic.
Right true. Me sis said the same.
Scraps, give us a tail.
Which one? I'm busy. Or the unicorn?
Alright, well I don't have access to an armor in Velen yet, and I honestly can't remember. I honestly cannot remember where. I might find one outside of going to the Bloody Baron's place. So I think I will just head there and get started on that stuff. I was going to do some of these locations over here on the west coast, but I think I'll do that after I get access to these upgraded pieces of armor. Stop it. Get going, Roach. I should be high enough level to take out this ghoul's nest. Let's go hit that. Yeah, so I don't know what the apply oil to current weapon means. But let's change out the bombs. Enhanced Dancing Star could be useful against ghouls. I got the joke steel weapon still, but I won't be using it in this fight against ghouls. I'm still selecting the slot, but I don't have a currently equipped weapon. Let's see if this changes it. Nope. Why does it even give me an option to select the slot? I mean, obviously I want to use it on my silver sword. I don't think I even can use it on the steel weapon. I can't. And you can't put an oil on a mace. For some reason that actually makes a little bit of sense. Alright, let me take a look at these potions. Immunity poisons. Cat, I know that one, of course. Blizzard, when you slay an enemy, time slows for a short period. Witcher's Blood injures vampires and necrophages when they wound him. Okay, I could use that in this fight. The Sign Intensity for Petrie's Filter. Generation of Adrenaline points for Marble Forest. That's healing over time, which I'm out of. And White Rafter's Decoction is an instant heal. Increase attack power, and this is the stamina regen. Yep. Are you kidding me? That absolutely sucked, Geralt. That does very little damage as well. Oh yeah. Ansel is just so cool. You can just pause the game and freely move the camera. Take really awesome perspective shots. Allow you to see what's going on in virtual reality. Wait, what? I just killed him straight up. Wow.
Ghoul nest. Ought to just destroy it.
chitinous shell. Enhanced insectoid oil. Fantastic. That will be coming in useful very soon. And I got what I need. The Indraga will crumble at my fingertips. Or my sword tip, since it's in oil.
Take it easy.
Hey guys, the bridge is out.
Slow now. Whoa.
Let's have a conversation with these gentlemen. Let's take a nice image outside of Crow's Perch. This is a place I will be coming to and fro for quite a while. There's a lot going on here.
You'll pile us out his shite.
Excuse me?
What?
Alright. It's the first time
Let's go.
I came through here on my first playthrough. They did not like me at all, and I had to go through some hoops
Come on, Roach.
to gain access. But since I didn't get into a fight,
And that one, hard bang the lass. So the bloody Baron gets to the Joe.
since I didn't get into a fight in the tavern earlier, should go a little better for me.
Slightly worse, eh? Half bad. Brought home a packet of peelings yesterday. The feast we had.
He's not scared. Baron finds out someone's stealing food from the pigs.
God's bless you.
Yeah, I just wanted to look at this ground at an extreme angle because it looks like it's mud with all sorts of tracks in it and dips and depressions. But if I look at it at an extreme angle like this, you can clearly see it's just completely flat and it's just texture tricks, normal mapping to give it that sheen based on the angle that the camera is to the texture. Texture tricks are how a lot of detail is added into modern games without increasing the actual geometry. It's just way more efficient. But unfortunately, it doesn't. Fortunately, it doesn't work in stereoscopic viewpoints. Come on, girl, you gotta move. Let's just get out of here. Quest available. Oh, I remember this guy. He's sort of a joke quest. This would be stealing, but no one's around to see it. Locked. So I'll just give those guys a few minutes to calm down. I don't know what they're so excited about. Whoa, that was really ugly looking animation. Oh my god.
Halt! Stand in due! I challenge you!
Boots a bit big, maybe? Careful not to trip.
Halt! I
He's gonna
say.
walk away.
I am Ronvid of the Small Marsh, bound by a sacred oath.
Oh, that's rough. My sympathies.
To honor Maid Bilberry, fairest of all maids I know, by dueling 100 knights to the death. Now, draw your sword post haste, for I've 99 left after you.
Well, I'm the first.
Why are you challenging me? Don't recall doing anything to offend the maid Bilberry.
Well, why? Then swear. Swear! Maid Bilberry's the most loveliest of all.
Thing is, I've never laid eyes on her.
Aha! Ah! I shall wash your scorn away.
Oh, you
with
got
my
me.
Blood fiend! Stand and fight!
Why did it just counterattack him there? Let's hang this man. Oh, I can't. I'm using a joke weapon.
You know, I yield.
Had enough?
Yes, luck stood with you. But the next time we meet,
Yep.
Go back to maid Bilberry and apologize for being an ass. Quick, before I change my mind and break your bones.
we shall meet again.
Yep. Nice little joke quest. Recurring jokester.
Hey there.
Always gotta have a knight errant or some guy who's in way over his head. It's just such a great archetype.
Went to the village for the levy. Then that one, hard banged a lass. So the bloody
Got a
baron
lump
lived
of bread today.
Hello there.
What is it, Grey Boy?
So you do recognize me.
Say what you will, but his lass was different. She'd bring nourishment any time one of us fell ill. Always helpful. Told her, buried her in the woods, or it were one of his bandits.
You're talking about Philip Stranger's daughter, the Bloody Baron's daughter.
Do I know you from somewhere? You look awful.
I look awful.
You never seem so thirst.
What happened to my mug?
What do I got to do to get me a sword like that?
Best stay clear of the swamps.
I actually have a quest to go into the swamps, and I will be doing that at some point. I've already read this. Why does it keep giving me prompts? The stuff I've already read. I don't like that. Get in there, Geralt. Kovir and Povis. I think I read this. But maybe not. Kovir and Povis are without a doubt the richest realms in the north. Few today remember that this was not always the case, yet their poverty was once literally on everyone's lips, in the form of now antiquated common sayings. As recently as in the days of Heribert the Quarrelsome, one spoke of a particularly impoverished person as being poorer than a mouse from Povis, called bone broth Koviri delight, and referred to beggars as Praxides, after the bay along the shores of which these kingdoms lie. So I haven't read this. Similarly, few remember that a mere handful of generations ago, Kovir and Povis were still a part of Redania. King Radovid I, known as Radovid the Great, handed dominion over them to his hated brother, Troyden, with one stipulation, that he never leave his newly acquired domain and not interfere in matters of state. Handing over this rocky scrap of far northern ground, where the saying went the year had 2 seasons, August and winter, was naturally meant as a cruel joke, a slap in the face for the overambitious Troyden. Yet time soon proved that Radovid the Great had made a grave error. Before long, it was discovered that Kovir's bare rocks hid priceless treasure in the form of enormous deposits of precious metals and rock salt. This discovery in turn led to tremendous growth in productive industry. Mills, forges, and workshops sprouted up like mushrooms after a hearty rain. Radovid III decided to correct his famous forebear's mistake and take back the northern frontiers of his kingdom. He was convinced the combined armies of Redania and its then ally Kedwin would quickly bring this ever more audacious vassal in line. History took a different turn, however, and Kovir won a resounding, crushing victory. Radovid III was forced to sign the first Treaty of Lan Exeter, granting Kovir independence while binding it to internal neutrality, a promise Troyden's successors have kept with great diligence. Until recently, Kovir was ruled by Esterad Thyssen, a king as wise as he was greedy, yet his untimely demise did not stop his lands from continuing to develop and blossom. Kovir metallurgists proudly compete with the best Mahakam can offer, and many believe the University of Lan Exeter long ago surpassed the famous Oxenfurt Academy as the leading seat of higher learning in the north. And so it has come to pass that over the course of a few generations, the inhabitants of Kovir and Povis have turned from paupers into princes, from beggars into bankers. That's a positive story. That's great. I like reading that one. This is also a building model I don't think I've encountered yet. I don't think I've encountered this design. Whoops. Whoop. Oh, whoa.
You look awful.
Quite the work my man's got, eh?
What's that?
Brought home a bucket of peelings yesterday, the feast we had.
He's not scared.
Baron finds out someone's stealing food for the pigs.
Spot of cider for you? Or a bit of dry curd?
That guy is freaking ripped.
What I got?
Look at this guy, he's huge. He plays Gwent too.
Like to take a look.
Alright, what's he got? He's got some Gwent cards. He's also got a... I thought this was going to be maybe one of the treasure maps, but no. Religion and life. That's intriguing. You just always buy Gwent cards. No reason not to. That gives you more options for crafting decks. What is this? Oil. An onion. Alright. You can have my stinking rotting meat, my skull, my ashes. Black pearl, huh? Maybe I'll scrap that then. What is this potion that I can sell? Temporary. Is that... It's not a permanent potion?
Farewell.
Alright, what was that book I just got? Hmm. This isn't a quest book. This was just a random letter on a body from a hanged man. I've read that. I've read that. Over in Povis. That. That. Guess I've read that. What was the book I just bought? Chronicles of Riddick or Redania. So I just got a quest. I think. Something happened. These treasure hunts are all high level. Yeah, I don't actually know what that book was. I don't remember what it was.
Spot a cider.
Let's play some low stakes Gwent.
How about a few rounds of cards?
Man, that guy's absolutely massive. Yep. Let's keep the same deck. Okay, we don't need 2 clear weathers. Let's dump that. It's a lot of weather cards. More weather cards than I'd like to have, honestly. It's pretty bad luck. But maybe I can win. I'll pass here. You can win this turn easily, but... Oh, really? Wait, what? What is he doing? Should have just won by playing... Oh my god. What is my opponent doing? What? Oh my god, that was actually completely and totally retarded. Yeah, give me taller. My opponent is retarded. Just dumped all his cards when he could have just won the round. And he's just, there was no round 3. He's just completely out of cards. Oh my god, thank you, sir. You're strong and dumb. Let's get a nice market 360. I feel bad for the guy. Oh my god, he just played out all his cards. He could have just easily won. But he drew cards and then just spent all the cards immediately. There was no thought or strategy. Ah, and the wife of Anna Strenger, wife of the Bloody Baron, presumed kidnapped.
Where'd you come from?
The wife is a very important part of this story as well. But I will not reveal anything in case, for some reason, someone who's not played The Witcher themselves or watched any other Witcher playthroughs decides to watch the Eincrou playthrough, even though it's going to be on page 50 of the Witcher 3 Let's Play search results. It's just impossible to get discovered organically on YouTube for content like this, or any type of content. I've tried to have many types of content, and it just never worked. It was just all far below expectations and desires. There are some people that watch. I mean, I don't get 0 views on my stuff, but it's just not enough. That's it, man. It's just not enough to make it worth it.
Witcher.
So I did give up. You're supposed to never give up. That's what the successful people say. You're supposed to never give up. But when you try and just never get anything back for any of your efforts, it's over.
Leave me alone.
Simcoe. He's actually named, so I should remember that name. Oh, Geralt, you klutz.
Yeah. Leave me be.
God bless you.
God bless you for letting me... The Last Wish, isn't that what I just bought from the guy? No, it's not. Yeah, this is the story about Julian Alfred Pancrantz and the Genie. Here's the book, Religion and Life. As should we thus submit our life to religion? Or should we interpret religion so that it serves our lives instead? There are as many schools as there are philosophers, and many stories as there are human beings. And let us not forget elven beings, nor dwarven, halfling, gnomish ones, nor any other such sapient creature familiar with the quandaries of the soul. I, for my part, have survived now more than 120 years. Vodka and radishes work wonders. Lend no credence to anyone who claims differently. Can swear with all certainty that there is no way to reconcile everyone at once, and what pleases one will provoke whinging and sulking in another, and will undoubtedly cause a third to reach for his knife if it dares depart from his known, narrow world by so much as a hair. What then are we to do? How should we live? Why, as we like, as our soul urges, disregarding all the brayings of philosophers and ethicists. Those contained in those tomes included. Disregard them, as we would fairy tales or old wives' legends. What kind of a sicko is this? This is like an atheist tome. So he says, I can swear with all certainty that there's no way to reconcile everyone at once. What pleases one will provoke whinging and sulking in another. How should we live? Why, just as we like, as our soul urges, disregarding all the brayings of philosophers and ethicists. Those contained in this tome included. Disregard them as we would fairy tales or old wives' legends. Stefan Molyneux would not like this book at all. Disregard brings all philosophers and ethicists. Wow. Just do what your soul demands. Is do as thou wilt is the whole of the law. Evil shit right here. Evil. Pure evil.
You're lifeless. Move it. I think a smudger might be choking the last. Smudger? The ghost?
Smudger.
Too much hooch. That's what's choking you. Got any victuals? Hungry like a wolf, I am.
No victuals here.
Enough is enough.
God's preserve ye.
God's bless you.
God's preserve me and God's bless me.
I know you from somewhere.
You know me as the guy who just stole your dumplings. That's about it. I steal everything when I play The Witcher. Including your stinking, rotting flesh. Diary of a Fire Swallower. Did I read this? Nope, I didn't read this. I was at Loch Muin. That's right, the summit of summits itself. That was the end of Witcher 2. We'd gone there, my troop mates and I, knowing there'd be a meeting of the mighty in the ruins. You see, whenever big shots gather to chew some particularly grisly fat, there's coin to be had for performing men like us. Tired jaws need to relax with some laughing and indulging and other sorts of simple delights. I learned this as a lad from my old man, who'd drag me around to juggle outside courts in conventions all over the continent. And so now, plying my own trade as a fire swallower, I took the lads up soon as I caught word of what was brewing in Loch Muin, and we turned our wagons that way at once. Yeah, I remember there was like a circus act there. There was the bearded woman. The woman with a full manly beard. I still have a screenshot of it. I saw it the other day when I was looking at my old Witcher 2 screenshots. I'm not much one for politics, but I couldn't help but listen to some of it this time. You see, we Temerians had just lost our king, and our future was to be decided at that very summit, with John Natalis representing our side of the matter. Yep, that was how the game started. The king of Temeria, Foltest, I believe was his name, was assassinated right in front of Geralt, and he was considered the assassin for a very long time. That's why the game's called The Witcher 2 Assassins of Kings. Radovid was there too, a young pup then, though emanating strength like a gray-haired alpha wolf. It seemed this wolf was licking his chops over Temeria like it was a ripe bit of carrion. The rest was dull. A lot of talk about the uprising in Aedirn and its leader, Saskia, who they called the Virgin, though I never got the chance to check personally whether that was accurate. The Nilfgaardians had a delegate, some Shilard fellow, and mages were there, talking about restoring the Conclave and Supreme Council of Sorcerers. I didn't listen to much of that. My eyes were glued to the unusually large number of armed troops present at these peaceful talks. Steel-plated grunts clenched pointy weapons and paced the ruins' courtyards everywhere you looked. Radovid had even brought the Knightly Order of the Flaming Rose, those arrogant pricks ready to bash anyone who doesn't think the same as them. Though the coin was coming in amply, we didn't wait around to see how things would develop. Just loaded our stuff onto our wagon and left at a trot. As we mounted the pass, we looked back to see pillars of smoke, black as pitch, rising above Loch Muin. That's right, it was a disaster. Though I don't remember exactly what happened. I don't remember much of The Witcher 2, I'm afraid. That there are some strong memories I have, like a scene where you're sort of in a flashback in this great battle. That was a very memorable set piece. I remember Chile de Tanzaville, of course. Who was the main sorceress in the game other than Triss Marigold. Triss Marigold's a big figure in this game too, but it will be some hours before I get over to where she is in Novigrad. Locked. Just gonna keep on looting these peasants.
Want a chat? No, with me. My head's a twirling with hunger.
Well, since I'm about to steal all your pepper, water, leather straps, white bear hides, and everything else that you got, your alcohol, you're gonna be thirsty, and you're gonna be even poorer than you already are.
God's bless you. God's bless you.
Alright, let's head up into the main area
I'm busy.
where the Baron's men are. Can light the brazier. Nice. What do we got in here? Various stuffs. Yikes. CPU must be going nuts because the mouse tracking is garbage.
Who goes?
Baron home?
Depends who's asking.
A witcher. Want to talk to him.
Yeah. And I want to plough the lovely Queen Ciri.
Seen this man before. In at the crossroads. You brought us around. As I recall, you were to go your separate way.
Really? Got lost. Sorry. Bye. See what that does.
Right. Guess I'll be going.
Straight through. Oh. At least I'll light some torches for him. You guys gotta appreciate that, right?
Pam-param, pam-pam-param, pam-param.
I love that. Pam-param. I love that line.
Gonna let me in or not?
Thought you were supposed to go your separate way. Nice and all.
It led me here. Gotta talk
They're
to
still
you.
gonna give me a hard time.
Aye.
Even though I didn't kill them.
Something important. His ears only.
Fine. Lodrin, let him in.
Oh.
If he makes any trouble,
Okay.
well, we outnumber him.
Open the gate.
I distinctly remember killing this whole camp.
Witcher, to see the Baron. Don't want no disturbances. That clear?
What do you think?
This guy looks rough.
Guard called you a sergeant. You a Temerian soldier?
Not your concern, mate.
Deserter.
Temerian army don't exist no more.
So what are you all doing here?
Had a choice after the
This
Black Ones thrashed.
Armor right there.
Let it lie and try to lead normal lives, or continue to resist, join the guerrillas and fight for our beloved Temeria till death do us part. We chose the former.
And the Baron your commander?
Yeah, commander.
tell you where the loot's at.
Your
Freak.
Boy, where the fuck are you going?
long ago. At least that's what I would have done. And you, shut it now. Save your strength. Die with some dignity.
This guy's getting executed.
Grey boy.
Please, I'm begging. Please, I'm begging.
What?
Open your mouth when you beg.
Please, I'm begging.
I don't like closed mouth beggars. This is just not realistic to me. There will be some big events in this area. But that's ways off.
Emphysema. Now those were balls.
Alright, there he is.
Tended a few, me and my Annie. Oh, how we danced, how we twirled. Ha ha ha!
Oh!
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Hey!
Enough. I don't care how you do it, but the deliveries must be weekly.
Won't you stay for tea?
No. Besides, you've another guest.
Look at that. Didn't even stay for tea.
This guy's
In
huge.
spite of all that blabbering about how cultured the nation is.
Rumors rarely find confirmation in reality, especially the ones about foreigners.
Right you are. I know who you are. Believe I also know why you've come. We'll talk inside.
He knows I'm looking for Ciri. And he's right. Now, I believe this will be the first
Make
flashback
yourself at home.
scene with Ciri coming up here.
Hey, where'd I put the bloody vodka? Ah, there it is. A snifter.
Why not?
Ha! A man after my own heart. With Foltest dead and Natalis whereabouts unknown. Bloody hell. Who's a loyal Temerian to drink to these days?
We'll meet up with Natalis, don't you worry.
Company?
Good enough. To the matter at hand. I'm Philip Strenger. Now the blobtits round here call me the Bloody Baron.
Geralt of Rivia. Blobtits call me the Butcher of Blaviken.
I said already, I know who you are. Truth be told, it's the only reason we're talking. How do you like it here in Velen?
I don't. Swamps, bogs, marshes everywhere.
Exactly. Someone loses their way around here, he becomes damn hard to find.
What are you getting at?
Many have lost loved ones here. Some their wives, others their daughters.
I've lost both.
What's that supposed to mean? That a threat?
Aye, not as clever as I suspected you'd be. No, it's no threat. I'll spell it out for you. I know who you're looking for. She showed up some time ago, exhausted, wounded, and stinking like a soaked hound after a hard hunt. Later, I learned she'd come from the swamp. Said some beasts from the woods attacked her before she could reach the village.
That'd break a few bones, possibly ribs. That's brutal. Ciri. When you play as Ciri, you can now access the inventory or use signs.
That was close.
But Ciri,
This place.
Ciri has a really cool dodge. I will need this stuff. So I'm going to collect it now. That's the benefit of not playing blind. I'm not allowed to do her dodge right here.
She needs help.
Okay, here we go. I can do her dodge now. That's her dodge. It's amazing. She also, unlike Geralt, heals over time. Which is important when you can't use your inventory in these flashbacks. So let's try and get a... Ooh. Nope. I gotta time it just right. Oh, really? That effect just disappears? It's lame. I gotta be super quick. Come on. 360. No. No. 360. And snap. Come on, snap. Okay. Maybe that worked. I'll make some more attempts later. Her quick menu is very empty.
You can calm down.
So even though this girl is actually an important character, they just use the generic little girl model that they reuse many times.
Are you lost?
A little, I guess. Are you?
No, I never am.
Yes. Though also just a little.
Does that mean you know which way to go?
Not quite. Not yet. But I'm sure we'll find the way if we set off together.
Sorry.
What happened to you?
Slam the mic.
This? It's nothing. How did you wind up here?
It's pretty sick how she ended up here.
Told me to follow the trail of treats and eat my fill. He said he would wait. So I started down the trail, but then I saw a butterfly, and I ran to catch it, and I lost my way.
Trail of treats. She was supposed to follow the trail of treats that would bring out the witches of the bog.
Your father, why did he have you follow the trail of treats? Do you know?
Because we had naught to break our fast with.
I don't understand.
I was naughty. Broke a jug. Spilled all our milk.
Your parents must have been angry.
Mother said I should be spanked, but Father said wouldn't do no good. Too many mouths to feed anyway. Sending me down the trail of treats, that would solve things.
That's brutal. It's absolutely brutal. Just wanted to get rid of her. Send her to die. Luckily, Ciri found her.
You and your father, when did you leave home?
This morning.
And did the sun warm your face or your back?
It warmed my back.
So we must go east. Come, I'll walk you home. And explain to your parents that they must not lose their children in the woods.
We can't go home because of the Wolf King and his pack.
No kings among wolves.
These have one.
And you've seen him?
Yes. I mean, no. From behind a tree. He was huge, with giant eyes and great fangs, and he was terribly, disgustingly horrific.
Disgustably? Nice.
See what I've got on my back? Wolves fear it. Kings do too. Come, I'll help you up.
I love those generic sounds of exertion. That's something that anime or Japanese games do a lot in the voice acting. It's just random grunts and groans and gasps. Gotta make sure the camera is far enough away from my subjects that the stereo does not get messed up because of them being too close to the camera. But let me go back and get my loot. Ciri does not have witcher's senses. I'm getting loot that is nothing. That's interesting. Nope, nothing here.
Wolves!
Where are you running to, Gretka? Let's get a nice image here. This should be pretty. It's dark, which is a little bit of a problem. So I'm going to brighten it up a little bit. The Oculus Rift doesn't do so hot with dark images.
Quick, hide!
Whoops. Oops. I want to get like really cool image of Ciri fighting all these wolves. Dang, that swing effect just doesn't last. These special effects don't last. I wish Ansel wouldn't reset its settings every time you open it. I always want to take 360 stereos pretty much, so you don't. Like, you don't gotta be resetting it to regular screenshot every time. Let's see if it keeps that setting. Whoops, whoops, whoops. Nope. Okay, it did keep it. But, oh my god, the camera's like messed up. Oh my god. Such a pain to use this overlay. You can't see it. It's not captured by OBS. But just trust me, it's a pain. Okay, that's kind of floating in midair, but it should be okay. Ah. Her sword hits a lot harder than Geralt's. The dodge roll actually shoots her quite a distance into the distance, while the dodge is just a short little hop. really hate that that effect doesn't stay forever. You're supposed to pause. You're supposed to just pause everything, all effects, all animations. With no crowd control abilities, this is a little rough. I have no signs. So it's a little tough to play optimally. Unless I want to be really careful and really cautious. Which I do not.
You can come out now.
My, you're brave. My father can even do that.
Mine could do a lot more. Come. Massacred. By something with immense claws. Massacred.
Let's get an image of her
Something with immense claws.
examining this. Disgusting. It does save the filters though, so that is to be appreciated. I don't know if the sweet effects will be captured by Ansel. I would think that it isn't. But I still have not looked at any of the images from this session. And I think that I will be able to tell just because of how strong the sharpening effect is. Anything here? Boat. How did boat get here? Is this a riverbed?
Look! There's something there.
Yeah, it's disgusting. Yeah. That's disgusting.
Wait here. Don't come any closer.
But
No buts. Stay here. I must see something.
Let's do some investigations. Ciri can do some investigations too, just like Geralt.
Bloodshot, but still moist. He died recently. Lips parted and bloated. Bit clear through his tongue. Immense pain before death. His chest is crushed. Ribs probably pierced his lungs. Something picked him up and threw him against the tree. Something tore his leg off. No, gnawed it off.
Wow.
ew, that's horrible.
Stay there and look away. What's this? Marrow's missing. Interesting.
I'm beginning to suspect lycanthropy.
Let's see. His liver's gone.
Why are you digging through his belly?
Would you mind making certain your laces are tied? The Wolf King's no fantasy, it seems. Except he's a werewolf.
Werewolf. Lycanthropy is afoot.
What happened to him?
He had a fall.
I bet. The Wolf King got him.
When did children get so smart?
What'll we do when the Wolf King finds us?
Good question. I've no silver, but I can make a blade oil.
Oil? You mean like we make from rapeseed?
No, a far more special oil. Of dog tallow, wolf's bane, fool's parsley, and wolf's liver. The Wolf King will feel terrible, terrible pain.
You're smart. How do you know these things? Did your father teach you?
Not my father. My uncle. Uncle Vesemir. All right. I have everything.
See?
Now for a spot where I can build a fire, brew the oil in peace.
Well, there's a fire right behind you.
What you doing?
Greasing my blade. There. We'll see just how effective Uncle Vesemir's formulae are.
So...
Belly's all in blood. Clawed open. No wolves did this.
So this character, Ciri, kind of reminds me of what they were probably trying to go for with Rey in the J.J. Abrams Star Wars trilogy. But Ciri is 10,000 times better a character than Rey. We don't know much about her at this point in this playthrough, but just based on everything, all the play as Ciri scenes and all the lore that is learned about her, she's just a way better character. I think that's what they were trying to go for with Rey, but they just didn't pull it off, and they created a terrible character that nobody respects. Now I want to go back to where that man got ripped up. There's nothing over here, is there? No. I want to go back to where that man got ripped up. Get some nice images. Right, where am I? Okay, there's the cow. So it should be right through here. Yeah, there it is. Ciri doesn't have any light source, unfortunately. See something splashing over there. It's gonna be cool to see Ciri in virtual reality, life-sized. Never seen her in any stereo 360s.
Belly's all in blood. Clawed open. No wolves did this.
So as I'm running around here, I'm actually trying to decide whether I should end this part here or just continue. I'm thinking I should end it here because... Whoops. Sorry, Ciri. Let's get an image of that. That's pretty cool. What are you doing saluting? I think you should be a little more concerned than you look right now. Hopefully this camera's not too close. I don't think it is. I want to get her running while she's on fire. Come on. Oops. Apparently if I'm pressing W and I press my Alt F2, Disk Sentinel thinks I want to do something with it. Damn it. It ruined everything. Come on. Oh, man. I take so many screenshots and stuff that maybe I could have been a photographer if I was able to actually go out into the world. But you can't do stuff like this as a photographer in the real world. You can't set your models on fire. All right. Yeah, I can overwrite that. So I'm going to stop here for now, and I will just continue with Ciri's story. I'll take a little bit of a break, refresh my water maybe. I've been sitting here 2 hours straight after all. I'm out of water. So I'll be back. Bye.